Welcome back everyone for the next part of Etrian Odyssey Nexus. It's time to explore further in the last room of the labyrinth, right here. And, well, before any further ado, let's just enter and look what's inside. As you enter the room, you are immediately greeted by a pungent stench. Ugh. You take a closer look to find a strangely written plant further within. Oh god, that's a plant? The plant seems to notice you and raises its tentacle in warning. This must be the ruler of these ruins. Draw your weapon and prepare to fight. Are we actually going to fight that thing? Really? It's not like we have a choice, but I kinda hope we had. Wait, cheese for the camera? Okay, let's just do it. So, this boss here. In my tries, when I played around for myself a bit, I already killed him. So I kinda know his weakness, which is sword and you know what? I can't. Blind? Flame? Let's try plan. No, wait. Flame. And you try to bind his arms. Anyways, he's weak to fire and swords attacks. And he loves to bind. He can also use a kind of poison. That's why we have a few Teriyaka Beta, I think that's what it's called. Either way, that thing is going to that thing is going to keep binding us, at least the front row. So we kinda need to do everything we can to avoid it as much as possible. And yeah, that's basically all I need to say about the boss. He's actually not that hard. Especially with our current team. It's just an enduring fight. As you can see, it's really just that. I really need some way to get Rhei quicker. Her Link's combos aren't useful if she doesn't attack first. And I should probably also start using his unified effort, since it's going to boost my attack range. Still cannot heal. I do not have a healing thing, so that's no point in that. Blind and attack. Okay, now we do have a little problem. What does it do? Increase attack, hit rate, and acting speed. That would be a waste since I'm backbound. That's why I'm so slow. Okay. I'm still going to do it. Now I can finally heal. Bind. Or maybe, you know what? Boost our defense for a bit. You do your thing and you do another arm circle. Then he's completely bound by all kinds of stuff. Which is kinda bad. Great. I don't want him to die. Enough sucker is still up. And there isn't actually much I can say about this boss, since that's all he does. He just has a lot of HP, so I might going to speed it up from here. I might even speed up the whole fight, if I'm serious.
Come on. Speedy, just that. Ah! That was his poison move. You're going to use some items since you're not that strong. Yes, I believe you're going to be much stronger later on. For now, let's not do this. Is there an arm bandage? So we can do all those attacks. Yeah, he's slowly dying. That poor guy. Cannot do anything against us. Just look at him. He's slowly dying. Now he's bounded again. I'm not even sure what bind does this time. Oh no, his head is bounded. Actually, I'm just using the hex smash for attacking purposes, but... Poor guy. Now we cannot use this anymore. Echo sword, head dash, attack, attack. You picked the wrong line to attack. The main attacker on the front. So why are you picking on my back row?
Oh well, he's dead. And I almost do not have any activity left. Kinda bad. Oh well. We've discovered a new monster, the Blossom Beast. And we got his thorns. A mighty swing leaves a thick red line on the plant's trunk. Continuous piping slices of its vines, and red blood like sap splashed about. With a final strike to its face like petals, the monster's body trembles and comes stumbling down. You remain cautious, but it would seem the foul beast had breath, its last breath. Well done, you've slain a terrible monster. Well, there seems to be another room beyond the monster's lair. In order to complete your mission, you should add it to the map as well. But it looks like it's a sealed door. Are you sure I can enter that? Well, before we go, let me quickly grab the water. I want some TP, please. Thank you. Yes, I know the water's delicious. But I just wanted TP, so yeah. Let's just enter this room. Wait, what? You're brave. You seem really nice too. As you approach the door, before I throw it, what you assume to be a guild's voice echoed from somewhere unknown. Oh no! You may have saved the dog! I don't understand Japanese, so I have no idea what the rest was. These final words, rather monotone words, with sound, then disappeared completely. Who could that have been? Curiosity abounds, but you decided to put it aside and proceed into the room. Wonder what's inside here? Upon passing through the door, you spy a vibrant pillar of light rising towards the heavens in the center of the room. Then he explained these pillars of light have been found in many labyrinths around the world. They are called geometric poles. Touching them is said to allow you to come and go between the labyrinths and the city. However, there's no guarantee that touching this will have the same effect. Still, you may touch it if you wish. Well, we could touch it, but let me quickly finish up my map. Just a tiny bit. And draw some walls just to make it look good. And touch. That's how we get to the next side of the Circle of Islands. Land of Eternal Vetro, Easel of Solitude. Pretty, really pretty. You touch the geometric pole and in an instant you find yourself standing somewhere new. A quick look around reveals you've been transported to a ruin of stone pillars, somewhere on the second island. The geometric pole seems to connect the first island and to the second, and not to Virginia. Touch it again and it should bring you back to the previous ruins. If you've finished your map of the previous ruins, you should report to the brokers back to HQ and inform them about the pole. Well, we are done, so let's return. And probably we are going to get a lot of XP, right? You've returned, Vesperia Guild. Now, let us see your results. Proudly. Oh no, we are humble. You're not boastful of your exploration. I must say I admire your humility. A pillar of light, similar to a geometric pole. Really, I've heard this before. Legend of Yggdrasil often tells of pillars of light that connects the labyrinth to the city. However, here they connect to the neighboring Eastlands. We here at HQ understand the Eastlands are divided into unique stratums, kinda like the stratums in the other games, right? In order to better understand these Eastlands, we began to naming them. The Eastland on which we first landed has been dubbed the Eastland of Origin, for clarity's sake. The adjacent island abandoned with vegetation is the Isle of Solitude. Adventurers deemed worthy by HQ have already begun exploring it. According to the reports, they have also established a base camp in cooperation with some of our soldiers. It should prove quite useful. I recommend you to head there once you have done rest. Also, here's your reward for mapping for the map you created. Please accept it. Oh, thanks! And of course, thanks for the XP! In addition to thanking you for your first map registration, I'd like to give you this as well. Memory Crunch. Equip anyone in your party with this and you will create an audio log of your adventure. Those on standby by the Explorer Guild can then listen in and gain some experience of their own. However, do keep in mind if no one is on standby at the Explorer Guild equipped with this item, equipping this item will prove useless. There's something else you should know. As you proceed with your exploration, I'd like you to report your finds to HQ. You'll be rewarded, of course. We certainly don't mean to force this task upon you. That's enough explanation for now. Cool. So that means every time we find a new monster, complete a map, or find new drop items, we can register them to her, and depending how many we collected, we get a different kind of reward. You've done a magnificent job thus far. I expect great things from you. Can I register? Yeah. My wolves and my etc. And she won't just let me leave. Okay. Ah yes, there's one last thing I should tell you. I've requested that Nabir's firm begin selling a certain item. If you'd like to know more, you should pay it a visit. Item? That's you! Waste no time in proving your worth, huh? HQ has informed me of your efforts. Truth be told, there's an item I only permitted to sell to adventurers who have been acknowledged by the HQ. It is called an Arian thread, a handy item that will instantly bring you back to town from any labyrinth. Before your next excursus into the forest, you really thought to buy one, or two, or more. Hey now, what's that look for? Did you honestly think I just had you one for free? Have you ever heard that old saying, there's no such thing as free lunch? You will have to buy it like any other item. Well, I need it, so I'm not really have a choice about it. I don't need those anymore, actually. Yeah, don't need them. That's all for now. Let's return to the inn. Huh? Oh, you're the folk from before. What were your name again? Ah, Vesperia. Right. So you might already know this, but there are other adventures in Maginia too. Odds are you will run into them at some time. Street pass setting and reading QR code can be accessed here and in. Through Street Pass you can send yada yada. I know. With the guild cards, I'm able to show you guys my QR code, I think. Right? Yeah. Street Pass. Wow. Where's my QR code? Ah, here. So if you guys also play the game and scan this QR code, then there's a chance that my guild shows up in your games, just like that. I'm not quite sure how it works, since I didn't try it yet, but I think they appear randomly in the dungeon, like in the other game. Wait, was it the 5th game? Yeah, I think it was the 5th game, so I don't think it's going to hurt anyone. Huh. Sure. Save? Oh, that's so new for me. Okay. Now that that is done. Actually, I just wanted to store these 2 items. I don't need it yet, but later on. So for now, we didn't rest. I'm going to rest really quick. So, now that we rested, I almost forgot to put in the 2 skill points, which Rhei is still going to power up Blaze a tiny bit more. Before it gets costly, of course. So, Danny. I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do with you. Since kinda want to try those skills. But Echo Sword is so cool. What? I'm going to try this. I mean, I can always need... Yeah, there's no hurting it to have those skills. And I can always reset them later. So I'm going to try them out as well. Except this one. This one doesn't really appear special. I mean, it's just a slash attack with thunder. I don't think I need that yet. So, for Alicia, I'm going to use 1 line heal. And... refresh, probably. Right? Am I going for a refresh? Yeah, refresh. Just in case, so I don't rely on items so much. And for you, you're going to keep cautious step. Useful. Yeah. Yeah, I think I might go for this. Just so I have it early. Safe passage isn't that useful, but risk perception and then cautious step. I mean, in the other games I also used Stalker, which had the same effect. And I kinda used that skill all the time. Really, all the time. And it's just the same as in the other game. I can always just level down a few levels and then I get all my skill points back, so there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing that. So, god damn it. I wasted so much time. We didn't even explore the other half of the continent yet. And there's instantly an event. As you set foot on the Island of Solitude, you are welcomed by a large gathering of dark clouds in the sky above. They appear to be somewhat of an ill omen. However, it seems your fear were unnecessary, for as you approach the base camp, the sky cleared up completely. Really? There you find a row of logs cabins and a small numbers of chicken and sheep roaming about. As your curiosity inspect the camp, a soldier noticed you. We quickly established this base camp in the hopes that it would aid in investigating the Isla of Solitude. All capable adventurers have already begun exploring the labyrinth we found. Interestingly enough, an adventurer from Taris said it looks familiar. Really? From what the soldier told me, it sounds as though the upcoming labyrinth is similar to one found in another part of the world. In Taris, they called it the lush woodlands, so that's what we call it here. So this game is kind of a recap of all the other games. Is that it? What you're going to try to tell me? After receiving the words, the soldier's welcome, you thank him and decide to head to the lush woods to see it for yourself. And that's how quickly we get to the next labyrinth. See how it looks like. Lush woods. Walking north from the base camp, you arrive at the labyrinth known as the Lush Woods. And occasionally wind whistles through the flora. It feels pleasant on your skin. The labyrinth's beauty somehow radiates a certain calmness. However, you remind yourself of the monsters and traps that have claimed countless lives here. After affirming your resolve in adventuring, you set off to begin your exploration. Well, it does kinda look familiar, I need to say that. And again, you never know what's going to be expected from here. 3 tiles. Like this. And another cutscene. Upon taking your first step in the labyrinth, you sense someone approaching from behind. You turn around to find an adventurer. Bumps straight into you without stopping. Oh, whoops, there I go again. Sighed. Sorry about my companion here. As you can see, his size can be an issue. I don't recognize you. Are you new here? Oh, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Marco and this is... I'm Oliver! I bring the power and the endurance to the party. And I fight via strategy and analyze. I formed a balanced team by utilizing strength in different fields. Normally 1 + 1 only equals 2, but we have magnitude stronger than any old pair of adventurers. We are still weaker than a full party of 5 though. Upon hearing Smakro accept the remark, Oliver cuts deliberately and changes the subject by asking your name. You introduce yourself as the Vesperia Guild. Nice to meet you, Vesperia. So what brings you here? Ah, not this again, Oliver. Always asking the same question to all new adventurers. Are you here for the thrill, the fame, or the money? Well, I'm not so sure. I think I'm for the thrill. You answered that you're here for the thrill. Oliver's not in comparison. That explains the hopeful look in your eyes. So, are you psychic to be here in this unexplored forest? You ask Oliver why he's adventuring. Oh, that's easy. It's all about the Atlus baby. Oliver's laughed healthily. Marco's face looked like he got something on his mind, but he just shakes his head and turns to you. Quite a crass way to put it, but it's true. We are on the adventure for money. It is also why we came to challenge the forest right away. But we've got some spare time to lend a helping hand to Rookie's adventurer. Right, we've already been through this forest a number of times. If you like, we can tag along and give you some tips. How about it? Despite their calm disposition, it seems the pair is concerned about you. It is just when I look at... What? What? When I look at Levi, I feel like I've got to help out. What's wrong with my Levi? He's really useful. He's going to be our guy that's going to save us from encounters. After hearing Oliver's confession and seeing Marco's kindly-hearted smile, you nod and ask for them to accompany you in the forest. The partners return the nods and join your party. Okay, and what's the thing you guys are going to do for me? Do you have something special to give me? Anything? Actually? No? No infos? Okay. Just going to accept that a few strangers follow us around from now on. At least as long as we are in this dungeon. If we leave, they're probably going to leave us instantly or something. Okay, what's that? As you walk through the forest, you stop and catch a whiff of an almost sickeningly sweet scent in the air. It seems that the barrier in front of you is made of trees that secrete a sweet-smelling sap. Cool. It is possible that a monster may be drawn here by the odor. You decide to quickly leave the area. And why did I do that? There's no monster here right now, so why? Oh well. At least that was an instant dead end, so... Let's see what we have up ahead now. After throwing another layer of and walls. There's a shortcut here. Why did I draw? Oh my god! It's butterflies! Why did it have to be butterflies? Why am I keep drawing wrong? Are they poison? How about it? No. What did they bind? They muted me, okay. Now that shouldn't be a problem then. Seems like they aren't that strong. And Alicia's patch up is super useful once again. At one point was really worth it. I really recommend Medic to you guys. If you're going to play along with me. Like you're probably going to do anyway. Oh, I need to watch the time. We're getting quite close to 30 minutes. I don't want the parts to get that long. If I'm careful. Wait. We found a sparkling spot. Can you see that, Febuary Guild? That shining spot is a gathering point. Take spot. Gathering points are made up of take, mine and chop. Okay, we already know that from the last game. No need to think too hard about it though. Just gather whatever you can, whenever you come across them. And if you've got any gathering skills, you might find something rare. It seems like it's a good idea to check out the gathering points they've shown you. They didn't show me, I found it. No need to show me that. I specifically have Levi for that. There's another one of those sweet bee trees. And some grasshoppers. I don't think I need to use any skills, right? Lift. Oh my god! Okay! Yes! Yes. Super badge. Wait a second. Let's just kill that one thing first. And then we can worry about the rest. Good that we have line heal. Right? And now we just attack. Thing is so strong. It's ridiculous. Why is it so strong? Well, okay, seems like when I see a grasshopper, I'm going to attack them, probably. And if I see a butterfly, then I'm just going to do it like they were some little bugs. Unless they turn into purple bugs. Then we need to be more careful around them. Oh well. We have a way here. And like this. Corner thing there. And a door here. And I misdraw that. We have a little core. Oh, there's something destroyed. You sense something that isn't quite right. So you immediately halt. There are little splinters on the ground. A lot of them. It is almost like there used to be a barrier here that was smashed to bits. Marco picks up one of the splinters. As he does, an almost sickly sweet smell wafts around you. A few of these trees in the forest sequence a surprisingly sweet sap. As such, there's a large monster here that's a big fan of the sap. It's likely that all the damaged trees here are due to that monster. As Marco explained what you found, Oliver stands beside him, nodding swayingly without contribution. It doesn't seem to be here at the moment, but we best tread lightly from here on. Take Marco's warning to heart and resume your exploration with cautious. Or at least I would say that, but I think I might make a cut here, since it's a good spot for it. And in the next part, we explore more of the lush woods and maybe encounter that big monster he was talking about. Well done. Until next time.